So now the next topic after the whole session in the morning, the next topic we're going to cover is something very important. And this particular thing, believe me, you can't even think of how much impact it has over you. And this is, which has been spoken a lot about people. Every guy you see, they speak about this. But nobody goes inside the deep of it, the nitty-gritty of it. And that is beliefs. That is beliefs. And how this belief, such a simple small word, how this belief literally impacts, control and drives your life. And most people try to go and fight with the reality, try to go and fight the situation. They are not understanding until they don't change something which is here, the software, the hardware will not respond accordingly, right? So the whole idea we have today is to understand how to change the 5% here. This 5% controls the 95%, which is your body, right? So what are beliefs? And a very layman language, you're not going much deep of it. What are, in a very simple language, what are beliefs? Now if you see, beliefs are like softwares. If you see a laptop, right? You have different programs on the laptop. It may be a Windows, it may be it's an Android platform on the mobile. But these software programs, through these programs only the hardware becomes functional. You can use the laptop, you can use the mobile, right? Now these beliefs are like softwares in our mind. It goes in the subconscious mind. Now the question comes in, what is subconscious mind? So tomorrow we'll cover this whole part in very deep of it. What is subconscious, how it works out, different level of mind, how we can tap those different levels. There are different levels of mind, which is like beta, alpha, theta and delta. And all these levels have their own functions in fact of it and how to use it. So these beliefs are like a software in the mind, and these are installed in your subconscious mind. And if you see the whole body, if you see the whole human body, this is controlled by the subconscious mind. The conscious mind, I'm talking right now to you, you're listening to me, right? This is through conscious mind. And the conscious mind can only be aware of maybe what is happening around me, only 5% of it. It controls the body, only 5% of it. The 95% remains the subconscious mind, which controls my body function. There are billions of functions happening in your body at the same time. Your heart is beating, heart is pumping blood, your stomach is working out, your brain is working out, giving command to your nervous system. So there are billions of functions happening in your body, which is controlled by your subconscious mind. So these beliefs goes through your subconscious mind and they become a very strong software in your mind. And then your whole life gets controlled by it. Now, so to give an example, when I do a lot of coaching, a lot of one-to-one coaching, which is a massive area I focus on, because then the impact comes very strongly. A lot of people have this belief that money is not good. Money is the source of all evil. No, there cannot be a bigger lie than this. Money is not the source of evil. How you use money determines money is good or bad for you. The same money is used by terrorists to destroy the planet, it becomes bad. And the same money used by Bill Gates for a philanthropic purpose, it becomes good. So, it's not about money is bad, how you're using money. That is important. So if somebody is carrying this belief, and most people have this poverty consciousness, in their mind, they have this belief in their consciousness, money is not good. And what they do is, this belief in the subconscious mind is what? It's energy. Now today's science says, and tomorrow we'll cover in detail about it, how today's science has proven every thought, every emotion we have, it generates electrical, magnetical waves, which affects the reality outside. So these beliefs, which are thoughts, kept long in the mind, is vibration, energy to a large extent, right? And the moment you have this belief inside installed in your subconscious mind, this vibration is literally changing your energy field. Now, until you don't change the energy field, the vibration of your own self, your own consciousness, no matter what you do, your finances will always be in a very negative state. So a lot of people, they go and they do a lot of hard work, they think through hard work you can make a lot of money, but which is not the case. If hard work gives you money, the watchman who works for 14 hours per day will be the richest person, which is not the case. Right? So you have to understand the proper science of it. It's not philosophical BS. It's proper science once you understand it. Now, so Now we come to, we'll cover this in much deeper as well. Now if we come to, so we understand beliefs are very important, and we have millions of beliefs in our mind. Beliefs about money, about colors, about situation, about politics, about world, about money, relationship, people around us. We have belief about everything. And 99% of time, these beliefs are not consciously chosen. These beliefs are not consciously formed. And people have formed beliefs by giving a wrong meaning to the events they have in their life. And not understand, and the tragic is, the worst part of it, they're not even aware of what beliefs they are carrying inside. And only once they become aware, which is the very later part of their life, they realize, oh my God, what I have done, right? Now, you see, so how these beliefs are formed, how these beliefs get in our mind. Today's science proves when a child is born, till age 7, the conscious faculty of the mind, which is the rational faculty, where I can see what is right, what is wrong, is not developed in a child. Until age 7, the conscious mind is not there, which is not active right now, which is not still developed. And whatever the child hears, the child sees, the child sees around in books, in videos, in newspapers, in television, he is picking everything. Because in the first 7 years, the child has to absorb what is happening around. That's how the brain gets enough data to literally function and operate. So they say 95% of a belief is formed when you were a child till age 7. And today in the latter half of the session, we'll see precise strategies, how we can go inside and reverse those beliefs up. Not only taking out the limited beliefs, but installing the right beliefs, which is going to change your life forever. And this is not only at a thinking level, we'll go deep down at a cellular level as well, at an energy level as well, wherein you change this thing completely inside your mind, at the deepest core of it. So 95% belief is formed when you're till age 7, right? So that primarily there are 3 sources how beliefs forms in. The first source of forming a belief is authority. So when you're a child, you went to school, right? You had a class teacher in your school. Now whatever the teacher told you about you, that you're not good, you're good in this, you're not good in this, as a child you start picking up all those without even questioning it. And those opinions of other people you start absorbing in your mind, right? So authority is one thing through which you form beliefs up. So, and who are the people in life which has been in authority? Like our teachers, like our parents, our relatives, right? Now so as a child, still most people have it in the young age as well. They think if it is coming from somebody from the authority, then it has to be right. So, but the age is not a proof of wisdom, right? A lot of people who are at 80, 70, 60 in their life, ages of 60, 70, 80, they still have wrong beliefs in their mind, right? So as a child, we are picking up everything which an adult is saying, which is not right. So when a teacher discriminates based on your marks that you're not a good student, which is false, which is not right. Marks cannot be a criteria to judge you. You are bigger than your marks, right? I was a failure in mathematics. I passed through copying my friends ahead of me, in fact. But my passion was something different, which I do right now. So a marks cannot be your criteria for judging you. But the teachers, unfortunately today, they say, okay, you've got a bad marks, you're a bad student. Now you got bad marks. This has no meaning why a student becomes a bad or weak. But this is how they have been installed. So authority is the first reason how the beliefs comes in. So all of you, in fact, and even you, the guys who are watching, when you're speaking to your children, be very careful. Because whatever comes from authority, they believe at the face value. That is first. Second comes in is repetition. Now what is repetition? Now once I told somebody, okay, you're not good. Every time a child gets a bad marks, the family says, the dad, mom say, you're not good in studies. Now this has been told again and again in a child's mind. And the moment it has been again and again in a child's mind, he absorbs it completely, and this goes to the subconscious level. So repetition. Now think how many times we have listened in our life, I'm not good, look at this person, look at your neighbors, look at his or her daughter, how good they are. And this repetition of thoughts We have literally opened our mind to go inside and we have formed this out. So everything which we repeat, which if we listen by others or if we repeat ourselves, this goes in your subconscious mind. So you have to be very careful of what are you speaking. Most people today are driven by patterns. A pattern is formed and they are just merely a robot. So be aware of what you're listening to. All the news channels, you see all the crimes coming in. What that is doing. The more news of crime and the more crime is spreading. The more number of cases are coming every day. So one of the best habits you can pick up, which is formed by great people as well, is stop watching television, stop reading newspaper. Because it is not serving you positively, it's only giving you a lot of negative energy inside you, right? And the third source of is emotions. Now, when we are emotionally entangled, when we are emotionally not stable, right? Suppose I went through some defeat in my life. A child goes through some kind of failure in the examinations. Now the child is emotionally very weak. The child is emotionally feeling, oh, I'm not good. And that point of time, whatever comes inside to me, I literally relate it out. The brain, the nervous system captures it out. So, authority, repetition and emotions, these are very important in terms of if you really want to understand how a belief is formed. So, to understand this probably, you'll see a belief is like a glass you wear, right? So the world outside is whatever it is in fact. But what if you are wearing a red glass? How the world will appear to you? It will appear to you red. You are wearing a blue glass. How the world will appear to you? Blue. You, black glass. Black. So you don't see what it is, you see what you want to see. As a belief has covered your senses completely. So very few people transcend this covering in their mind, and that is a life worth living when you start questioning your own beliefs.